Let me show you how to use the cordless laser pen. It is simple, easy, click and go. There's the pen, plug it in to turn it on to the USB. Once it's turned on, it will show you the green and red light flashing. It needs a password. You must put a password. These are the rules for the CE regulations. So the password is select lace twice. Select lace. Now the light is green. It has accepted your password. Looking at the pen itself, there are three buttons, simple button: stop button, select button, and lace button, your target button. So again, stop button, select power button, and your lacing button. It is simple here to follow the concise instructions, and we've done it so with lights it's much easier than having a screen. You don't keep fondling around and looking for instructions. Much easier. Now once it's turned on, it's in a ready state. You press the select button once, then it goes into the flashing green once. It's red, that means it's ready to lace. With the flashing green once, it means half-hour power is used for low-level laser therapy, for decontamination, for TMJ, for aphthous ulcers, for desensitization, anything and everything you want to do procedure clinical-wise without cutting. Press the select button once again, then it will go 2 seconds and it will go, you could hear it. Now it's changed to two flashing greens. Two flashing greens means you will be cutting at 1.5 watt. Should you need more power, for example, you're doing frenectomy, you're gonna need more power. You literally, the two flashing greens, you press again the select button, okay? You hear it clicking, buzzing, and then now it's gone into three flashing greens, which means the 3 watt. Now we have 3 watts. So now at 3 watt, if I press the lace button, the end button, you could see it now literally is there. And I could use a small piece of paper to cut with anything basically. So now I'll show you at 3 watt, I'm using just a card with, could you see that? Just touching. It's just like the burr handpiece. When you cut with the laser, you just use the tip itself, not the side, actually the tip. So you literally just touch point at 3 watt power. If you want to go back, it's a circle basically. If you want to go back to your lower power, it's easy to do. Remember, it's your select button, the middle button. You press it and then it's gonna go to the 0.5 watt, which is the flashing green once. That power does not cut. This is for decontamination. You could remove the tip, the cutting tip. You could bend the tip, by the way, to the way you want to the degree you want, so basically any inclination. Or you could change the tip by removing the cap. You remove the actual tip like so. And then, by the way, we've got another tip as well, which we call it the O-ring tip, which is far superior, I think, personally. And again, you just put it on, put the cap on, and then now you have your O-rings. They are more, if you'll feel it like sort of when you're cutting is softer basically on the gum. The O-rings, I prefer the pink tips. So if you remove the tip itself, the bendable tips, then you can put the 5mm, literally 5mm decontamination non-cutting tip. So now if I select, the power selected to one flashing green. So now when I press the button, you see it is decontamination. So I'm not cutting with that. So if you're doing a TMJ, then you are using that tip. If you're doing teeth whitening, you are using that tip. So anything and everything for decontamination. By the way, I haven't put the glasses on because I'm not pointing it at my eye, I'm pointing it away from my eye, okay? To change the tip again, you hold the actual tip and then you remove the 5mm tip. You put the tip you want for cutting or replace it with a new one, and then you put the cap on, and then here we are, the laser is turned into a cutting laser for lacing. The only thing you need to do, remember, the middle button is the lace button. You hold it 2 seconds, you hear it clicking, now it's flashing 2 greens. That means 1.5 watt. Okay, if you press it and hold it again, then it's gonna go to 3 flashes, which means 3 watt cutting because it's flashing three times. I'll put the glasses on, so then we're gonna cut at 3 watts. Okay, again, away from my eyes, and literally you could see the cutting, how it is at 3 watt. See that? If you want, I could go back and show you the 1.5 watt cutting. So now it's flashing twice, green, 1.5 watt. And then here we are, okay? I could hear it buzzing the pen, by the way, in the background. By the way, these bendable tips, you could wipe them to sterilize them, or if you're doing perio treatment, you could keep that tip itself for that particular patient in a little envelope to carry on the perio treatment. Quite a lot of dentists, they don't like to waste the tips, although they are bendable, disposable or bendable tips. So you could decide yourself, clinical judgment, whether you want to replace the tips between one patient to another or keep it, just sterilize it, wipe it. So if you turn it off, two ways: either leave it on a cradle on the worktop, not used, it will turn off automatically after a few minutes, or simply press the red button. Pressing the red button will turn it off immediately. Now the pen is off. There we go, simple. So if you need any more information, any more help, please contact us. Thank you.